We are joined right now by Judy, and whoop, there's not, don't want that playing right there. Here we go. I'm going to bring up the phone here. We are joined right now by Judy Anderson. Judy is a representative of the group known as the Hudson Valley Coalition for Life, and I welcome you to the show. Good morning, Judy.
Good morning, TJ. Thank you for having me.
Of course. It's nice to have you. And tell us a little bit about your group and what is coming up this week. One of your own is being honored.
Well, the Hudson Valley Coalition for Life and Women's Equality Day Reformed is holding their 12th annual commemoration and awards ceremony this Friday, August 9th at 12 noon at the Westchester County McCallion office building. And we meet there on the 8th floor large conference room. And we're celebrating the anniversary of the granting of women's voting rights on August 26, 1920. So we're talking 93 years that we're celebrating women's voting rights. It's really quite a great celebration. We have a wonderful honoree, Martina Marie Parisi, a young entrepreneur and author of a book called Choice. And our keynote speaker is Barbara Stinson. The Reverend Stinson is Barbara from Harlem, radio personality. So it's going to be a great event, as it always is.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it's tomorrow at noon at the McCallion office building. Tell me, what is the history of this of these awards? From what I understand, some people's brand of feminism, some people's idea of women's equality has everything to do with choice, but not necessarily choosing life.
Well, that's true. And our theme this year is called The Feminist Legacy, defined by choice or truth. And one of the elements of our program through the years has been to highlight the words of the feminists themselves, the founding foremothers of women's equality, who were very much pro-life, and they concerned about women in general, but especially women being treated as property and then turning around and treating their children as property to dispose of as they saw fit. So here in Westchester County, an award was given for 28 years on behalf of the county for Women's Equality Day. And unfortunately, if you were a pro-life woman professional, you could not be recognized in this county for 28 years, simply for that fact, which was astounding, TJ, when you think that you're celebrating the anniversary of women's voting rights and penalizing women for voting their conscience. So we protested this for several years, and Regina Riley in 2003 sued the county and received a $10,000 award so that we could have a ceremony and kind of right the wrong that we felt was done to women those many years here in the county of Westchester.
Ms. Anderson, and it is Judy Anderson, correct?
That's correct.
Forgive me, I just, because my printer gave out on me in a couple of spots here. I just want to make sure while I'm live looking at this on the air. Judy Anderson, it's so sad that a movement that was all about tolerance, equality, and so on, did everything it could up until just a few years ago to eliminate some women. Indeed, there will be people there on hand from the county government to honor Ms. Parisi. And let's see, we have Gordon Burrows, John Testa, Michael Smith, and Sheila Marcotte from the County Board of Legislators, as well as County Executive Rob Astorino. Absent will be the women of the County Board of Legislators. Catherine Borgia, no show. Alfreda Williams, no show. Judy Myers, no show. Mary Jane Shimsky, no show. Virginia Perez, Democrat in name only. She's Republican. She just doesn't know it. No show. Is that disheartening to you as a woman who is your own brand of, some people would say, the true feminist, that these other women, Myers, Williams, Borgia, et al., will not be there? Although Sheila Marcotte will be there, she's yet another conservative.
Well, we always extend the invitation to women of all voting persuasions. It is discouraging because we do feel that simply being there in support of women in general, there shouldn't be a party affiliation there. But I think what happens too, especially this year, there is with Governor Cuomo's Women's Equality Act going down in flames. Why? Laws against human trafficking, which was part of the bill, pregnancy and housing discrimination, which was part of the bill, sexual harassment, equal pay, were held hostage, again, to this radical abortion agenda. Women do not want to see abortion going into the third trimester, where it is, without doubt, infanticide. Women want to give women, as Carol Crossett, who is the president of the Susan B. Anthony Birthplace Museum in Adams, Massachusetts, she said women need resources to support their children, not access to destroy them. And I think most of the population is very discouraged seeing abortion promoted through the third trimester of pregnancy, and they're moving away from this radical agenda.
It's a conversation we're having right now with Judy Anderson, the Hudson Valley Coalition for Life, and talking about tomorrow at noon at the Westchester County office building, the McCallion office building on the 8th floor, Women's Equality Day Reformed will hold its 12th annual commemoration of the granting of the women's right to vote. Another person who will not be in attendance is, and this is at the county office building, is the chairman of the County Board of Legislators, Ken Jenkins. He'll be joining me in a few moments once we say goodbye to you after the bottom of the hour. What would you have to say about Mr. Jenkins, about his absence and the absence of the other Democrats at this event tomorrow? It is a county event.
Yes, it is. I think what we would try and do is, again, encourage us to dialogue with each other, to not be afraid of the other's point of view. And I think, again, as we do every year, the invitation is always extended to all of the County Board of Legislators and to the citizenry to join us, to listen to our speakers, to listen to our point of view, which we feel is the point of view of the original suffragettes.
Well, let me ask you this then, Judy.
Yes.
Why do you think, let me just ask you pointedly, why do you think, if it's just you and me, and you know what, right now it's just you and me. Here we go, it's just two of us. I'll ask everybody else to look away for a moment. It's just you and me at a diner. If I was to ask you, why do you think Ken Jenkins and the rest of the Democrats, especially, actually, we'll just speak to the Democrat women. Why do you think the women Democrats are not attending this event tomorrow?
I think it's political, without a doubt. But I'm not questioning their motives for their promotion of an abortion agenda. I do believe, however, that truth is working against them, because, as I said, the original feminists were very sensitive to the role of women in protecting the lives of children in the womb. I think that's, and I think, unfortunately, many women have listened to voices that have pitted them against the child in the womb. In other words, in order to be successful, in order to be fulfilled, you have to buy into destroying your own child. And we simply do not believe that. We believe women need support, understanding, and a helping hand, yes.
Sure.
But just as when Governor Cuomo was up at Seneca Falls touting the Women's Equality Act, Carol Cross said it was historically inaccurate for him to be there, and it was, it just sends the wrong message, and unfortunately, people do not research the facts.
Well, listen, Judy Anderson, I am grateful for your participation in the show today. Tomorrow at noon on Martin Avenue in White Plains at the Westchester County McCallion office building. At noon, they will be celebrating Women's Equality Day with a ceremony to honor Ms. Parisi, who is a young entrepreneur and author, and she will receive the Woman of the Year. I must run. I have the bottom of the hour news. Judy Anderson, thank you so much.
Thank you, TJ.
Be well.
Thank you.
Bye-bye now. Bottom of the hour news, Fox News.